How is everyone tonight? Good? Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you for coming. I am Joe McAvoy, and I am misunderstood by many. You know, it's just how it is for me. I can't do anything about it. But remember this. Instead of hiring a gardener to do the yard work at home, I do it myself. And I was in the backyard sawing up a limb with my chainsaw. When my nosy neighbor came over to bother me, wanting a favor, I agreed to saw down the tree in their front yard. Timber. How did I know it would land on their house and knock it over? Now I'm always planning things out. My day, my week, my month, my year, with a lot of success. Until reality comes along. That old devil reality gets me every time. I told my roommate, "You can call me Daddy. But don't you be calling me Grandpa. That'll get you evicted from my house." He said, "Okay, Daddy-o." He's 20 years younger than I am. He's supposed to be here tonight, but he chickened out. What do you expect from some guy who lives in Buffalo? I'm not going through a health crisis. I'm not going through a midlife crisis, but I am going through a financial crisis with all of my creditors. I'm dodging every one of them, every chance I get. I'm a deadbeat. I am not going to pay up. They won't get it out of me. Believe me. I want you to know this. I have always wanted to be successful. Now here's the truth. You've heard of 3 strikes and you're out. I've had 300 strikes and I'm still in there swinging. I don't give up. I don't quit. I don't give a damn. I just keep on trying. And this is why you do not want to invite me over to your house. I'm a home wrecker. I will destroy your house. I'll tear it down, stone by stone, board by board. I won't stop until I'm finished. I'm in the business of home demolition. If you have a neighbor you don't like and want to get rid of, call me. I'll be there, Johnny, on the spot. I can lift heavy things above my head. Not super heavy things, but things like my bicycle, definitely. Relationships. I've been there and done that. Time and time again. I just know that I'm going to find the right person sooner or later. I keep on looking for them. They're out there someplace. I hope. Yeah. Have you ever gone to a therapist to tell them about your problems? The last time I went to a therapist to tell them about my problems, the therapist, she spent the whole time telling me about her problems. I don't know why. I'm just a guy. You know? I don't even have a college degree. What the hell? But I do have this. I have the ability to drive my car around in West Hollywood. And I noticed there was a Waymo car following me with no one in it. So I drove to the sheriff's department. The sheriff's deputy said, "There's no one in the car." I know. A half hour later, the Waymo car drove away with no one in it. A half hour after that, I drove home. Now that's a thinker. Think about it. More Waymo cars out there all the time. Nobody's driving them. Is anybody in them? Not me. And you know, whenever I want to see strange behavior, which is amusing occasionally, I go down to the bus stop and I get on the bus and I look at all the people on the bus. And then I get off the bus at the next bus stop and I think, thank God I've got a car to drive. I do not have to ride the bus. Nor do I take the Waymo. Nah. I went through the drive-thru at In-N-Out Burger in an Uber. Cost me $50. Well worth it. Now we've all got a neighbor who's fun and different. Mine is Bob. Bob's a hell of a guy. He comes over at random. He's always friendly and outgoing. He likes to borrow things from me. I said to him, "Bob, is there anything you want to confess to me?" "Well, yeah, there may be something." "I see." "My Costco card is missing in action. As long as I get it back, no questions asked." The next day, I found my Costco card underneath the windshield wiper of my car. I drove to Costco and bought $100 worth of gas. That filled the tank. That's about all it does. Well, moving right along. Just thought I'd let you know. You know, you can trust me. Yes, you can. Now, ladies, you may not think that you can, but actually you can. Because I want to know how many of you need a ride home after the show tonight. Hold up your hand. Come on. And just remember this. By letting me give you a ride home, I'll know where you live. Doesn't that make you feel good? Don't you feel like you could trust me even more? I think so. Oh well. Roommates in an apartment. Do you want one? Do you need one? Somebody to get on your nerves? Somebody to drink your beer? Somebody to eat your food? How about if they pay half the rent and camp out on the balcony and call it a day? Think about it. I think it sounds really good. I wish my roommate would do that. You know, I went into a store recently. And I was looking around and I saw that this bird flew in through the front door. And then another bird flew in. And I said to the manager, "Do you sell bird feed?" And he said, "No, we don't." I said, "Well, then why do the birds fly in here?" "Because they like it in here." "I see. I like it in here too. But I cannot fly around the way a bird does. Yet. I'm working on it. I'll get there." Now, everybody has something they like to do, something they have an interest in. For me, it's antiques, old junk. I like to go to the thrift store and buy things. I bring them home to my apartment. My roommate throws a fit about it. He doesn't like it at all. I don't really care. I bought this old statue and took it to the Antiques Roadshow. They told me it was worth $100,000. My roommate now wants to be really friends with me. I told him, "You're not getting any of the money." Not going to happen. He's still working on it. You know, people do like their pets. Now, girls, you like cats. Meow. Guys like dogs. Roof, roof, roof. Me, I like a squirrel. I like to go out to the park and hang out with the squirrels. I make friends with them. Now, some people find this to be pretty squirrely. I don't. I bring a squirrel home with me once in a while. You just put nuts down, you know, and they follow you around. I'm like that. Mother always said Joe makes friends with the darndest people. Now take my dog. You always hear that dogs are man's best friend. You can't teach a dog any new tricks. You can't teach my dog any tricks. He just wants to be left alone. As long as he gets fed and watered, roof, roof, barks at the neighbor's dog. Then we get the cats involved. Meow, meow. And I don't take him to the zoo with me. It just doesn't work out. No. But you know, there are things I do like. People. And especially people that trust me. And you know, ladies, you can do that. You have that opportunity here. You can trust me if you choose to, if this is what you want to do. Just look at me. Don't I look trustworthy? I think so. You know, what can I say? I mean, I haven't yet been arrested for anything. Tomorrow's another day. But I'll tell you, I just feel like this. Have you ever worked at a job you really don't like, not real good at, and don't want to do? Have you ever hoped you'd get fired so that you could collect unemployment? I've been there and done that. More than once, too. Now, at the last job I had, I asked this nice girl if she'd like to go to the movies with me. I thought she'd say yes. Instead of that, she told me, I'm not enough of a daredevil to do that with you. Any of you ladies want to go with me to a late movie tonight? That's a no? Oh, well, you know. There... I'm innocent. I mean, come on. I got jury duty. I didn't want jury duty. I don't need jury duty, but I went ahead and did jury duty. I got busted for smoking a joint in the jury room. It's supposed to be legal here in California till you get to the courthouse. They didn't tell me that. Well, what I was going to tell you was I once held down this great job in a potato chip factory. I opened up a bag of potato chips. I called it lunch. They called it theft. I got fired. But I did get unemployment that time. Now, I don't practice medicine like a doctor does, but I do it part-time. So if anybody's ill or injured and you want to take your chances with me, I'm available for you. No cost. You know, just flip for it, and if it works out, great. And if not, we tried. That's all I can say for you. Now, I've had a lot of experiences in life. Some up, some down, some sideways. So this is why I don't make any promises of getting better or worse if you let me practice on you. And if you don't want to, I understand. But remember, you still have that opportunity to trust me. Yes, you do. And this is something that doesn't come along in life that often. Trusting me. Right. And I'm not trying to run this into the ground. I'm just trying to make a point. That this is something you can do, and so can I. I can trust you. How's that sound? I may. You know, just, you never know for sure. I want to tell you about my mother's family. Now, I have an uncle named Uncle Bob. A lot of people think that he's cheap, greedy, selfish, and a real so-and-so. I think he's a really cool guy. Uncle Bob was in his house, in the living room, playing checkers with his neighbor's 15-year-old daughter. Aunt Gladys came in and got all jealous and huffy-puffy about it. She got a .357 Magnum and fired multiple shots at Uncle Bob. He told her, Gladys, you missed me, now you gotta kiss me. Aunt Gladys had a nervous breakdown. She's still in the psych ward. My mother told me she was going to invite Uncle Bob and Cousin Billy over for dinner. Now, Billy's an only child. He's a tall dude. He's 6'5". He's built. She said that Cousin Billy was bringing along his new girlfriend. I thought to myself, what girl would be brave enough to date Cousin Billy? He's a psychopath. Really been there and done that. So I went out in the front yard, and here comes Billy pulling up in his new car, big smile on his face. He opens up the trunk, and I said, what do you got in the box? He said, oh, I want you to meet my new girlfriend, Gloria. I thought, my God, what's he done? Killed this girl? Did he take a chainsaw to her? Saw her up? Has he had her cremated? He's going to scatter the ashes all over the yard. He opened up the box. He pulled Glory out and he went and blew up a blow-up doll. I said, Billy, the two of you are welcome to go into my parents' house. Once we were seated at the dining room table for dinner, there was a knock at the door. Knock, knock, knock. It was a police officer who wanted to speak with Uncle Bob. The police officer said there's no warrants at the present time for Billy. However, the SWAT team had been informed and the police would be patrolling the neighborhood. My father told the police officer, Billy is my wife's nephew. The guns are unloaded and at the neighbor's house, the dogs are down in the basement. And I've taken the liberty of cutting the meat. I do not want Billy to have the knife in his hand. My family has old money. It's inherited wealth. My parents are regulars at the country club. They do charity work. I'm the normal one in the family. Yes, me. I'm Ivy League. I'm very normal. And believe it or not, at the country club, they trust me. They don't trust Billy at all. He's a psychopath. I'm normal. And I just think that you need to know this about me and my family. You know, it's just the way things are. What can I say? You know, here I am enjoying this evening with you, and all I can tell you is yes, I'm trustworthy. So, remember who's here tonight. You want to get home safely. After the show tonight, I'm hosting an after party in the alleyway next to the dumpster. You're all invited. We're going to have a blast. You know, it's just, I will pass a joint around, whatever you want to do, anything goes. I do mean anything. Think of it as like Halloween, you know? Has anybody seen Scream 7? Peekaboo, I see you. Yeah, that's what you can expect. And Cousin Billy just may show up for the hell of it, you know? Because the police are never far behind him. When you have old money and inherited wealth, there's things you can do that others don't. You just don't want them to know about it. Yeah, right. So, we've been having a lot of fun here tonight. And I've thoroughly enjoyed this. And if you have, that says a lot about you to me. You know? It just does. And what more can I possibly tell you about myself than to say, thank you for coming. I really enjoyed this a great deal. And I want you to have a nice evening. And if you want to ride home after the show, hold up your hand if you're brave enough. Because I'm sure one of you are. There's always one sucker in every crowd.